Maybe I could set its opacity to 0? Kind of a janky way to do that. I could do mesh.wireframe. Yeah, maybe I could set its opacity to 0, but I don't think I want to do that right now. Do I? I'd have to update its material. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe. Okay, so let me try doing this. If show wireframe, mesh, wireframe, shader program, shader.set uniform, opacity to 1. This is if show wireframe. Then else, I'll set that to 0. Okay. And that isn't doing anything at all. Did I add it? Mesh.wireframe. Is this how I want that? Assign the mesh to this attribute, add it to the scene, then add this updater. Okay, it's here. And I can still toggle it. I always get the feeling that the wireframe is just a little bit like it's out of sync with the rest of the shape. But let me see if this gets desynced. If I switch to a different geometry, switch the material, I think the mesh does have to be a little bigger. It seems like it's lagging behind. It's really weird. It's probably something deep in Manim's depths. Like it's probably being called one extra time. Maybe, it shouldn't have its own updater. Let me just rotate mesh, and rotate mesh, it'll just do this for the wireframe as well. Like that. So the wireframe will just get scaled a little bit. Like something like that. And that's it. That's weird. I didn't think I did anything too crazy. Oh, I'm doing that rotation before it has a wireframe. Yeah, I'll do it here. Is that any better? I don't think so. Maybe it is. Maybe a little. I can still toggle the wireframe. That's good. And when I switch things, it stays in sync. Okay, that's cool. Now the other thing I wanted to do was be able to toggle the actual object. So this will default to true. Yeah. It is not accessed, I know. So we toggle object. Sender data, this will be show object. Show object equals this. Show object here. Toggle object, yeah. This will be called, the name will be show object. Also a wireframe. Go up here. Whatever I had for adding, add to scene. Kind of not the right name. Show object, then I'll do the mesh. Shader set opacity that. Okay. Try this again. Wait, that's weird. Oh, when I talk. When the object's opacity is 0, it isn't see-through. That's super weird. And annoying. It just turns black. That's irritating. Yeah, that's too bad. I guess that means I'll have to... Oh man, I probably have to do something weird. I wonder if... Okay. Opacity doesn't work. Here's what we're gonna try. Mesh.model matrix equals... Oh, this is gonna be... This will make... This is going to anger the OpenGL gods. Let me do OpenGL.scale matrix. And I'll just scale it really small. And then I guess I'll scale it back up. Wait, no, this is terrible. Because I can't scale it on every frame. I guess I could... No, yeah, that won't work. Which is kind of good. That doesn't deserve to work. But what can I do to remove it to the from the scene? Oh, I know what I can do. I need like a Boolean to know if it's off the screen out or not. Or I need to know if this changed. I guess I could say have an updater bit. But that's pretty janky too. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So when I show object here, Fusion, what's going on? Show object. Okay, so now I have both of these, and I have this updated bit. Then I'll have here updated show object. It's false by default. So if updated show object, then I'll check to do this. Is that right? Where's it? Toggle object. Okay, so this always sets update prompted show object. So I'll do this, then I'll set it to false. Okay. And when this is updated, I'll translate it off the screen. I guess. So I'll say mesh.model. Wait, yeah, mesh.model matrix equals OpenGL translation matrix. Like x equals 20. Then multiply it by itself. And if it's, alright, this is if show object, yeah, negative 20, then 20. I hope this doesn't work. This is super janky. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't work. But then again, it doesn't deserve to work. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do instead. When I don't want to show the object, I'll scale the matrix, I'll scale the object down, and when I do, I'll scale it back up. How many zeros is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like this. Oh, it doesn't come back. That stinks. Maybe if I took out some zeros. Wait, why is it vanishing? I must be getting something wrong with how I'm... Oh, that's a translation matrix. Okay, so I'll scale it. And I get a crash. That's good. Oh, I got an unexpected key. Can't believe it crashed that badly. Okay. Bring it back. OpenGL. Cover. Okay, yeah, I'll try to cover that. Tree sitter, please. Please, I beg you. This is why you should use VS Code, kids. I'm just gonna save this. Edit again, delete that. Okay, are we back? Wait. How far back is this? Material, get mesh. Rotate mesh. Get geometry, replace new mesh. Okay, this is what I had. Aw, man, this is a fair amount back. I think. That's super unfortunate. Dang, I guess it's not horribly far back. I guess this is a reminder to commit more often. Then get material. Here, this config should default to none. If config is none. These open an empty dictionary like this. Let's see if this runs. Ah, yeah, this is a fair amount back. Darn. Well, I guess I have to do it. Let's see what happens if I re-edit. I guess the recovery file isn't there anymore. I'm gonna have to commit more often now. But okay, getting the wireframe. I think I wanted this to be like 0.7. I had mesh.wireframe. Goes the wireframe mesh. Then I'll add the wireframe mesh. Yeah. Okay. We switch from basic to Fong by default. Move the rotate updater down here. Then the rotate updater. I'll update the wireframe. Okay, now the mesh rotates with the wireframe. Okay, I need something to switch it. Or remove it when it gets switched. Which is just this, old mesh.wireframe, remove that. Then I'll add in the mesh. Actually, let me add it in down here. Add mesh, then add wireframe mesh. Down there. I can add the other updaters down here too. Okay, so let me try that. Great, that looks correct. I can switch these geometries. I do feel like the wireframe is a little too bright. That or the object itself is too shiny. I think that's okay. How much am I scaling the wireframe? I'm not scaling it at all, so let me do this. I'm gonna take the wireframe mesh and scale it. It's like 1.01 or something. Scale it like that. I think this was broken. Oh no, it's working. Okay, but I only want to do that like 1.01. Okay. What else did I do? Now I forgot what I was even doing before that crash. Oh, I was trying to... Okay, so I want to be able to update the wireframe. And for that I added a checkbox. So I add this. Let's add name, show wireframe, checkbox. This will be update check, update show wireframe. The default will just be some global variable. Oh, this will be update. Oh, this would be the callback. Callback. Update show wireframe. Default value. That. And when this updates, sender data. Not now, them, please. I'm begging you. Let me close these. That might help. Let's go to the non-local. Show wireframe. And then that is the updated value. So I draw the core and get the value of the sender. Now show wireframe needs to be a variable. And true by default. Okay. Then I'll probably have to have another updater. So there's one for the rotation, one for updating the lights. We have def. Update wireframe, I guess. And then if show wireframe. Mesh.wireframe dot shader. Let's set uniform. Set the opacity to 0. No, to 1. And then else. I'll set that to 0. Okay. I'll see how much of that actually works after all that. Guess it isn't crashed. And the box doesn't crash anything. Okay, so everything still works. All I have to do is update wireframe. I'll have to add this updater. I'd rather have that above the functions. Vim, chill out, will you? Okay, we're gonna restart that. Nice, clean, reset terminal. What was I doing? Okay, set wireframe. Okay, I want to see if that runs, or that does what it's supposed to do. Great, and I can toggle it now. And if I switch the material, switch the geometry. Great. Great. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to commit this so that I don't lose my work again. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Got that saved. Now I wanted to be able to toggle the object. That's what it was. And the reason that was hard is that, oh, wait, where's the checkbox? Okay, here we go. That was hard because if the object isn't part of the scene, well, there were two things. The opacity was broken, so I couldn't use opacity. And if the object is removed from the scene, none of the updaters will be called. So I think I need an updated bit. False by default. This will be show object, checkbox, update show object. Default value. This. Update wireframe. And here I'll do update object. And then if it'll only do anything if updated show object is true. And this we'll have to set that bit. Okay. So let's say if update show object. Then it's going to check its value. And then it's going to say updated object equals false. Okay, this. Oh, wait, then I have to add the updater. Don't expect this to work. Toggling the wireframe works. Toggling the object doesn't do anything. At least nothing's broken. Oh, I have to... This needs to be a non-local. Really, it should probably be saved to the scene, but whatever. Oh, and this shouldn't be the wireframe. And then this should be non-local. Okay. Nope. Updated object. What's updated show object? That's what I'll update. Try that again. Okay, this isn't working. And the reason this isn't working, or how I know this isn't working, well, for one thing, when I switched, it shouldn't have appeared, but I can't see through the object. The object is just black. So now, the question is, how can I make the object disappear without removing it from the scene? And what I think, I had a few ideas varying on how ridiculous they were. One is to scale the object down a lot. Mesh model matrix equals OpenGL scale matrix. And just multiply by that. And then that's a show object. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So if I removed it, then I'll scale it down. If I add it again, I scale it back up. This has no right to work, by the way. I guess it works. But this has no right to work. If I zoom in a lot, can I see it in there? When I switch the geometry, the object comes back. Wait. It got reversed. That wireframe is pretty cool though. But show object is checked, but the object isn't there. So it got mixed up somewhere. This is such bad code. I don't know if I can... Scaling down to 0. Well, it's scaling down to 0.0001. But yes, this is unbelievably hacky. I don't think this is a good idea. Yeah, you're right. I won't do it. But like... Okay, here's a different idea. I don't know, there's not that much to do. GameDev.net. I mean, I know what the proper solution is. What I need to do is make it so that updaters are still called if the object is removed from the scene.